fine. We're here. If you don't know me by now, or you don't know me at all, my name is Anthony Padilla. I don't really know why. I do know why, but it's just I feel like it's spur of the moment type of thing to make me want to do this. But at the same time, I feel like it's very beneficial for a lot of people out there going through the same things that I'm going through, and have been through. I want to start a new fitness channel, or just a fitness channel in general. And of course, you could tell from my physique, I'm not Sam Solik or any bodybuilder or cut, ripped, shredded. That's my goal eventually. But right now, in the spot where I am in my journey, um, I feel like it's this is a key component to help me keep myself accountable, but also share, not necessarily my secrets, but how I got to this point in my journey. To give background before I dive into where I am in my journey, and people that know me mostly know my story. I'm Mexican, so in our diet we eat too much, very calorie dense foods and things of that nature. So naturally, most of my family, and including myself, we're pretty big people. Not big in the regard of being tall, but being wide in this regard, towards our lower region, our stomach or lower half. But I was like that throughout my whole entire life. From age, God knows, from when I was born to age 21, um, my diet just was terrible. At my maximum, I was 320. I was almost 330, so I was 326 pounds. The gym wasn't in my life. All I did on my daily basis was simply just go to school, come back, play video games, repeat. And throughout these gaming sessions, I'd eat like a madman. And this is just me being transparent, because I know there's people out there going through the same thing I went through. They play video games all day, like it's their 9 to 5. They just sit down in a chair and just play. And I was in the same mentality, but at the same time, I was poisoning myself without knowing it. I was eating basically for 2 to 3 people in my daily diet. I won't go into the specifics yet. I'll go into the specifics of what I ate, or what I used to eat back when I was 326 or almost 330 pounds, gaining weight. But there's a lot of people that I know that are going through the same situation like I am. I feel like I need to be that spark for them to be able to realize that it's okay. Yeah, you messed up, because I messed up, but it's not too late. Today I'm 23, and I started my journey during last year of 2023, towards the end of the year. I woke up and I just looked at myself in the mirror and just didn't like the person I was. Being sluggish, being unable to do regular events like play basketball with friends. It was taking a toll on my life. Towards the end of the year, November, I was 316. I had lost some weight from my maximum, right? 326 or 330 essentially. I lost weight during last year because I moved in with my best friend VG. You'll see him in the future, hopefully, and he's a personal trainer as well. So you think two and two would add up. If you live with a personal trainer, he's your best friend, things would click. And initially, even then, even when with having a gym studio in the house, I still didn't work out. Now, tell me how messed up that mindset is. Literally under my bedroom, there's a gym. Last year, I used it about a handful of times. But continue on to that point, I moved in with, my friend, and, just moving out from my parents, I ended up just naturally eating less, what I could afford. So I naturally just ate less. My diet was still bad. I'd still have a Pop Tart or whatever in my day to day diet, but you know, it was terrible. But I dropped weight naturally. Most of it being water weight, but I dropped most of it. Well, not most of it, but I dropped like 10 pounds, like that. So at this point in November of 2023, last year, I was 316. Beginning in December, I had just graduated university. I have my bachelor's in communication from Cal State San Bernardino, and I really reflected on my life up to that point. Yes, I've been successful in education. Yes, I've been successful in that regard, but what is there to be proud of? You know, a lot of people at my age, they're doing magnificent things while I'm in here playing video games. And I don't get me wrong, I love video games. That's one of my hobbies. Same thing with going to watch movies. I love going to the movies almost before I changed my life. I loved going to the movies every weekend, getting popcorn, getting soda, but it just took such a toll on my life where I really reflected and I wanted to make a change. And obviously I've done all the hard work leading up to this point, but my friends really, and VG being, the key component in that really pushed me to, just get my ass in the gym. If I want to see change, I have to work for it. It's not going to come free. So in December, I started going to the gym, 316, mind you. And, I've been to the gym before over, my life, during high school, during late high school, but, I just never took it serious. I would cancel all the time. I canceled my membership to Planet Fitness 2021, 2022. Didn't even go think about that. 23, towards the end, that's when I, was going to In Shape or different gyms. But I knew that this time it was going to be different. I knew if I wanted to see change, I had to be disciplined. And I had to change a lot of things in my life. So the first major component within all of that was simply cutting out sugar. And I don't know about you, but cutting out sugar is really hard, especially as a big guy. Sweets are, they're really good, but they're deadly. Soda being the main component in all of that. Again, I have to shout out VG because without him pushing me, I wouldn't have gone to this direction. But switch to sparkling water. Okay? And yes, if you know things about sparkling water or 0-calorie drinks, yes, they could have aspartame or yes, they could have circulose, but at the same time, you're not drinking your calories away and you're not giving your body too much sodium or too much sugar at the same time. So I completely cut out sugar. I haven't had a soda since last year. We're in 2024. But I cut that out. I limited video games. My diet, ate at a calorie deficit. When I first started, my calorie deficit was 28 or 2,900. Ridiculous. It was easy. Just making sure to follow a high protein diet and not saying that you could eat anything, but if you stay under your calories while still hitting your protein goal, to that regard, sky's the limit. You're going to be dropping weight fast. And so weight training mixed with cardio, up to this point, I've dropped over, 316. Currently, I weigh 256. So 60 pounds I've dropped in about 5 months. So my ultimate goal, hopefully by the end of this year, is to hit 220. On the trajectory that I am, I will. My ultimate goal, I haven't been under 200 since I was a kid. I haven't been 250 since I was in high school. And I want to be that, that change, for people to see that it's doable. You just have to be disciplined and you have to want it. Things in life don't come easy. You always have to work for it. So taking that same mentality and just switching it to fitness has changed my life forever. I want to be able to show my family, I want to be able to show my friends, people on the internet, that it's doable. That if you put your mind to it, and it sounds corny, put your mind to it, you could do it, or anything you put your mind to, it's accomplishable. I'm telling you that it is. And I'll throw up a picture of what I look like somewhere right here when I weighed my maximum. And during that moment, during that picture, I didn't even know that I was suffering, because in reality, I really was. But now, digging myself, that's essentially what I'm doing, and that's essentially what a lot of people hopefully will do after seeing my journey and seeing the hard work I put in. That at the end of the day, we did this to ourselves. And not only that, but you essentially have to dig yourself out. And not to say it in a negative way or negative connotation, but that's how it boils down to. You're digging yourself out of what you did to your own body. And, there are consequences. There's always consequences to our actions. But if you just flip that little switch, that's all it took. Little switch to just flip. Anything, you could do anything. It takes 21 days to form a habit. So I'm going to be trying to upload every single day, different videos. Not only that, but record my workouts as well to show you what I do at a day-to-day basis. And that's what I really want to emphasize, that it's doable. You just have to put your mind to it. And I'll put some clips of me doing, some of my maxes, because you're going to start. And when you do start, because I know you will, when you start, you're not going to start repping out 225. You're not going to be squatting 315. These things take time. And at first, I was a little discouraged as well, because when I first started, like for instance, benching, I was only benching 25, 25 plates on each side. Now, if you know that, that's 95 pounds. Weighing 315, that's basically 1/3 of my body weight that I'm able to bench. Now, to you or to a lot of people, that's ridiculous. But when you're starting, if you're just trying to build, muscle and lose weight, and we all have to start somewhere. And I'll throw some clips of, of my milestones. Like the other day, I hit 235 bench rep. Today, I hit a 400 deadlift PR. My max squat is 365. I've attempted 385, but it's sloppy, so I don't count that. But it's doable. You have to work your way up. You have to make sure you do. It's not just working out and cardio. It's diet, it's sleep, and it's consistency. Once you get all those, the trifecta, or there's more factors in there, but once you get all of them at a successful rate, we're able to be consistent, because consistency is key. If you're skipping the gym often, you're not going to see any progress. But if you're going hard every day that you can, walking your steps, doing your cardio, doing weight training, eating the correct foods, protein, you'll be unstoppable. I really appreciate you tuning into this video. I hope that you'll follow me along while I continue my journey and bring content to you. Hopefully you think I'm good enough for you to leave a subscription, leave a like, maybe a comment of, anything that I said. Maybe it resonated with you. Maybe your story's a little different. I want to hear about it. But ultimately, just know that we're in this together. And I hope that I inspire you in any shape, way, or form to also start your journey as well. So thank you so much. Peace.